Going good guns at the moment. I don't know what time we're at. 8:44. Right, I have made an unusual find in here, which I wasn't expecting to. Underneath all of this woodland debris and roots, found a piece of terracotta. Didn't expect that. So don't know what to think about that. It could be a bit of builder's waste where they fly tips. Could be really old. I genuinely don't know. But right, as we come up here, got our outer toe here, the knuckle. That knuckle follows down here to where I thought it's going to shoot off. And it's going to go down here and it's going to join up with that, and there should be a foot plate across here, I suspect, which would join up with that one, like the flangey bit between your toes, where basically your foot is. Yeah, it's going really well, but that's definitely a secondary structure. This is different. This is sandstone. That ain't the same as that. So yeah, I'm definitely working on a theory that this thing is on top of a sandstone structure. So if that is the case, I've been right on all counts. But we don't want to say that, because as I say, this place just throws up things after things after things. I'm starting to suspect that these toes were a lot meatier than I thought they were. So if this is, so we got the knuckle up there, so this would be the upper toe. So you've got like the arteries running down here, and this I would say possibly a bone, and likewise for that maybe, or it might just be a muscle, a tendon. But so if you envisage this toe, it comes to about here, so that to that is about 3.5 foot. So you've got a 3.5 foot diameter toe, which is approximately 10 foot long. Yeah, kaiju. What is this? Is it Godzilla? I hope it's like some sort of Quetzalcoatl thing, and I'm going to find like a sacred temple underneath all of this. Hopefully no human sacrifice, because we're not down with that crap. But yeah, it's turning out to be quite a good morning. I'm kind of glad. I'm not glad that I was off and I was sick and everything, because it was horrible, but it did give me time to think without thinking, as I like to say. But yeah, 100% this is a completely different structure underneath here, and I don't know if you can see, this is a much redder colour on that to this. This is really yellow, which says to me that it's like an iron runoff, which you would get from like hemoglobin, obviously, because hemoglobin's blood, it has a high iron content. If something's dying, it leaches and it'll run off. I mean, how this thing is was it petrified, or is it just that beastie of a thing that it is literally, you know, super strong, super hard skin? It just takes ages to deteriorate. But I would say they knew about this place 150 years ago, maybe 200 years ago, unless it has had that many landslides over the time, because I don't know, it's deep in places, but it ain't that deep. It really ain't that deep. Up the top it was, because obviously you would have had a dirt layer on top of all the sand and everything, but yeah, it's not as deep as you'd think. Because what was I watching? Oh, I can't remember. I was watching something, and basically I was saying that they find a lot of mud fossils and things, which is from oh god, Jesus, what was it? It's like a petrification process from a vapor canopy falling and either instantly freezing or being hit by plasma. Fuck me, looking at this thing, this is definitely a foot. But anyway, it's like 50-60 foot down, you know. It's just deep, and this ain't that deep. And obviously if legends are only 1,000 years old about this thing, you know, I'm pretty certain people have known this was here for quite a while and have just kept it quiet, because you know the old Masons, they like to keep a lot of secrets. We ain't fans of theirs at all. But yeah, so we're looking at tendon, what do you call it, yeah, ligaments running across this foot here. So by rights, I don't think this is the end of it. It might be. I reckon there is another ridge running down here, which would join up with this outside toe here. No. Oh wow. See what I see there? That's sandstone. So I'm pretty sure I'm dealing with something sat on top of a massive sandstone structure. Definitely. Cool. Well, I'll keep going and keep going. We've got many hours here today. Like I say, videos might not be that interesting, but I'll natter away every now and again. Hopefully keep some sort of interest going. But yeah, I still really like this bit. This bit is so cool. Yeah, I remember when I found that, I was like, oh look, I found a drainage system in the shape of a dragon's head. It's been sculpted that way. Yeah, right. I've actually come to think that this might be like a foot pad. So obviously you get like fleshy foot pads on the base of well, most things' feet. So if this was like like I say, I was looking at an iguana, because I think it's probably the most I can't think of like vanilla sort of lizard out there, reptile. So, and they've got like an extended foot pad that runs down their foot. If that is, no, that can't be a foot pad. Can't be a foot pad because that goes down there. So that's probably, I don't know, bit of muscle, bit of bone. But I'd say this bit's been sculpted. This has been sculpted at a later date, chipped off to make a water drainage system. I'm pretty certain of that. It's like I say, these things have been terraformed over the years. So, as I say, terraforming the Titans. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. I'll see how much of this I can get uncovered today. I think I'm going to try and expose the majority of this, so I'm going to be cleaning out a lot of areas that I've already been to, because I've just backfilled everything. But the more of this I can get shown out as one piece, the more impressive it's going to be. Yeah, wow. Right, okay, bye bye. Quick 9:19 check-in. Right, the mini excavation team is on hand here. I've managed to clear quite a lot of this area now. As you can see, quite a lot of stuff I've kicked down. I've removed that in what, an hour and a half. It's quite a lot of shit there. I've pulled all of this back, and I'm obviously working with the theory that this is a foot, so I'm following foot lines. And right, so as I was saying, this is one big toe. I think what we got here is the base of the toe, so this is where it connects to the plate of the foot. Down here you've got where it just dip in, and then that'll just join up with the toe like a sort of webbing in between, so that's like muscle. So we've got the knuckle feature, and I've exposed this area now, and it carries on all the way around here. So this entire feature here. So there's a bit with the gully, the pipes, which is vascular system, pretty certain of that. I think it's been reused by a later civilization. So that extends all the way around here, and so this is the edge of the toe here. So that, by my estimates, at the base of it is about 3 foot, I would say, maybe 3.5 foot. I've come up here, as I say, this, I've got a mixture of two things going on underneath. I've got a sandstone structure, which is what it's stood on, and then I've got the actual creature thing, and they kind of melded together over a period of time. But I'm just cutting across this section here, so that should reveal my foot plate, which should carry on from that foot plate. So that foot plate should be here, my guess. This toe, that should extend up through here, and you should have like a tendons section coming through there. But yeah, I'm pretty certain that is exactly what I'm looking at. It's a foot. It's a very, very, very big foot. Just looking at the structure of it here. So, what is this here? Is that a knuckle? Yeah, I think I've got a knuckle here. I would say, yeah, there he is. There's my knuckle. Yep. So, I think I'm bang on with what I'm thinking here. It's going to take a lot of work to expose this, so without like spending hours and hours of you just watching me slowly chop through loads of undergrowth, I'm going to pop in, pop out throughout the day. If I fancy a chat, I'll pop in and just leave you on like while I just dig through slowly. But yeah, this thing is just gargantuan. I want to get to that toe there so I can see where it joins up here. Jesus Christ, how fucking big is this thing? Wow. Oh, I wonder what it was called. Gilfrequazzo. Oh dear. I'm sure it must have had a name, because I'm 100% certain I knew this was here. Because that piece of terracotta I found, I actually found a old red brick buried underneath there as well, and it was right at the bottom of the undergrowth, so it stood on top of the sandstone structure. So I'd say somebody knew this thing was here. Red brick could be 150 years old, could be 10 years old, I really don't know. It was definitely an old red brick. So I'm wondering if, because we've got a lot of big red brick towns around here, if they strip this thing for fucking iron, which is what they've got in the bricks, for tooling, for bricks, it would make sense to me. Jesus Christ, it's definitely a foot. Definitely. Cool. Right, cool. Back soon. Right, I've had a very good excavation. I was actually going to move on from this section quickly, just give myself a bit of a break, because this is tough, very, very tough, and I've shifted so much dirt and cut so many bushes until I managed to clear off this big bushy bit that was in here, and something threw me a little bit. Obviously I've exposed what I believe to be the outer toe, so I would say, obviously you got your toe there, it's really heavily degraded compared to that side, because I would say this has been more exposed, because this wasn't really under very much at all. As you can see, you've got, I'm wondering if that's like a little toey bit that comes out there, maybe not, but we've got one knuckle round here, secondary knuckle there, which would correspond because it'll be a shorter toe, and this then does actually shoot off over into that, but it gets really deep. I mean, probably if I clear that area, it's probably about 6 inches in. Once I get to here, it's about a foot. Same as it was over there with the plate at the base. But I think what I've got here is I've got a run off. The plate should run around here, the base plate, and I think this might be the edge of the foot, because I wasn't expecting to find spikies, but we've got another set of spikies there, which says that this section's broken off. So I'm wondering if it was just at an angle and it's just a pad on the bottom of it, because that would make the toe approximately 4 foot wide at the moment, and that's just ridiculous. 4 foot wide toes. But I don't know, something this size, who bloody knows. So I am going to carry on up that side for a little bit, try and open that all up. But I did actually, I was kind of hoping to have a look at another bit. I don't know if you can see what I can see. So basically you got your upper foot. So if you imagine your upper foot and what's inside of that, so you've got like a webbing over the top of it. In the middle of that, or you got your veins, your tendons, your bones, and they join up with toes. So as you can see, this would come down here, and you've got your toe knuckle there. You've got what would be like like the side tendons. So I'd say we've lost quite a lot of this toe, but it'd be quite fat at the top, going in towards what would have been another knuckle, I reckon, where all this has been chipped out to make these spikies. So like I say, I think this has been reused at some point, and then there would have been another section down there, and I think that bit's actually just disappeared, and this is your lower I don't know, lower muscles maybe. So we've got this one here as well. So like I say, realistically I should be able to repeat this over here, but it's a lot of digging. a lot of digging, and I do really want to try and get in there to see if there is another toe, because by rights we've got an outer toe, first toe, second toe. There should be a third toe that runs down there, and I don't know if you can see the shape of this. It looks like there's maybe a fourth and then an outer fifth there. I don't know how much this translates to camera. It's quite hard to see, and obviously I'm not the best cameraman in the world, as we found out. Well, I probably am alright if I was actually concentrating on it, but I'm really just not. But yeah, I'm going to have a quick 10 minutes and then get back on it. But yeah, hang on a minute. So if that's the case, yeah, so this is the outer side of the toe here. So we've got the outer side, which will come around that and join up with this side, I'm presuming. So badump. Fuck me, that's a massive toe. That's quite frightening. This is one frightening sized beast. But it's 100% this is biological. There's no question about it. Absolutely no question about it. And as I say, that's different. That's a structure. That's a sandstone structure, and this is sat on top of it, which is why you got the join where it's just sat on it. And if it's a sandstone structure, there is a way in. This is what I want to find at some point or another, but it's going to take quite a while, I believe. Right, yeah, cool. Right, 5 minutes.